Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and today we're going off the board with pineapple papers. And this is where, as you know, Pinterest is all about inspiration. And this series is all about using Pinterest for inspiration. And most of the time, I will admit, I find a layout that I want to scrap lift as it is, and then I go about doing that. This time I've picked this layout by Tarrah McLean, and she did it for Bella Blvd using the Island Escape collection. It came out a few years ago. And I had a few bits of that left. I had a few sheets of paper and a sticker sheet and these papers. So I fussy cut some things and cut some strips and die cut some things. But I will show you what gave me my inspiration. See that palm tree right there? She has die cut that palm tree out of one of the pattern papers. And I thought, okay, I have a palm tree die that I haven't used in years. A lot of my dies I haven't touched since I kind of stopped making cards. And I don't use dies nearly enough. I use them for leaf sprigs. Pretty much my leaf sprig dies get a lot of use, but not my palm tree. So I pulled, as I was looking for my palm tree die, which is this one. Let me kind of get that back. It's this one that has this, which is meant to be the horizon, the sand. This is the stem of the palm tree. That's the top of the tree. There are a couple of seagulls, and this is the sun. So I put that to use, and as I was looking for it, I found this smaller palm tree die, and I found a set of dies that's kind of build a scene dies, and there was this little sailboat, so I cut those out of the navy blue pattern paper. And as I was looking, I found I'd forgotten that I bought this fairly recently, kind of towards the end of last year. It's a layering die from Visible Image called Torn Fishnet. So I cut that out of some Pink Fresh Studios paper. Say that fast 3 times. And I have a few bits from BrambleFox and a few other goodies that I'm going to use. But I want to do a little bit of mixed media, and I'm going to kind of show you in a minute how I'm actually doing some planning here. So that's unusual. So I'm going to put that aside, and I will bring the camera down, giving you a full view of my very messy desk. And let's go here, and I'm going to actually turn on another light to see if I can get better lighting on what it is that you're seeing. So let me kind of raise it up a little bit. You'll see right here, I've kind of dry fit some of the pieces together. They're not necessarily going to go down that way. In fact, I know they're not. But it kind of gave me an idea of the proportions and kind of where things. I know the tall palm tree is going to come up from over here, and I know that I want this pink strip underneath the horizon just to add a little bit of color down here. And the sun is going to go here, and I'll probably have a small palm tree kind of silhouetted against it. But I want these rays, I want there to be some sun rays coming out, not just out of the sun, but kind of off to the side of the photo. So I'm going to put those things down. And what I've decided to do is, this is kind of a a honey yellow color. So I've got wild honey, but I think I'm going to put down first this squeezed lemonade to get a really yellow kind of look, and then that'll be kind of the sunny side, and then I'll do the other color as sort of a shading. Okay, so squeezed lemonade is down. Let's go for wild honey just on the sides there. It kind of is going to bleed across the stencil, and that's perfectly fine. It'll look like and I'm kind of doing some across the top. The idea is just to get a shaded look and kind of a blend of these colors. One will be a closer match for the sun, and the other will look like there's more light to it. It'll look more like light than the sun. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh, okay, nice. I'm pretty happy with that. I hope you can see that. Okay, so now let's start putting this page together. I'm going to kind of take it a little bit like I'm telling a story, because I kind of have to think of it that way. This paper is a little bit narrower than the white paper. Okay, and I'm just going to put this down, and I'm not going to raise it up. Oh, well, no. I have to put the, and this I'm going to do with liquid glue. I cut this out of a scrap of 49 and Market paper. I don't have a lot of, and it's by intent, I don't have a lot of beige in my stash. So there's a collection of 49 and Market that had a kind of a beige color. Now what I've done there is I've glued it down, and I don't want to glue it down, although I could have it kind of like that. I could have it over the sand. What do you think? It could be growing up from the pink striped soil there underneath the sand. Okay, now let me get this down, and that I'm hoping slides under, and it does. And I'm going to move it over here where some of those rays appear to be coming off of it. Okay, and now let me put that off to the side. Now I'm going to put the photo, and I kind of want it to, it's going to back, and I'm actually backing the photo with the same paper that she backed her photo with. So I was kind of proud. I made that decision without really consulting this. This is a 4x6 cut apart card that's from that collection, and it had those pretty I kind of debated whether to just fussy cut some of those tropical leaves. I ended up deciding to use it to back the photo. And my netting is going to go here, I'm going to insert it there and let it maybe kind of stand up. I wonder what that would look like if I ran the palm tree trunk down through that netting. It would kind of look tacky. So I'm going to run it behind it. Let me get this, before I put the photo on, I'm going to put a little bit of, well, first things first, let's glue the trunk of the palm tree. And I cut this out of another scrap from Pink Fresh, and it's kind of a gray color on the other side. I didn't realize that it's sort of a grayish blue, which kind of doesn't go with everything else we have going on, but you know, what the heck. So that's there. Now I'm going to add a little bit of glue to this paper and get that net to hold down. And I'm going to press it with the handles of my scissors. And let me put this on, and I'm going to put a little foam behind it so that it stands out. And this is cut from a scrap that I recovered from like a million years ago, possibly when I was first scrapbooking. I think I bought a I think it was actually called a bag o' scraps from Michael's, and this was in Houston. And I pulled out some that I thought would be acceptable for die cutting things out of, and I have a pile up near my die cutting machine. Let's do that way. Okay, I've got some little hair-like, it's weeds from the die cutting. When I die cut, I do something that possibly isn't the best idea. I run it through going one direction, and then I run it through going the other direction, so backwards and forwards. And there's always a chance that the okay, sorry about that. I dropped my bottle of glue, and I really didn't want to lose that. So there's always a chance for the die to shift. I'm going to kind of just place that maybe up a little bit, because I do want to have some like border strips, or at least one border strip. I had a piece of this pink and white that I thought I would use, but I'm just going to use this, and she used this under her photo as well. So I thought, as much homage as I can pay to her design, I'd like to do that, because I do love it, but I'm not really copying it, or straight lifting it. Okay, I'm going to do some of the smaller elements, which I just kind of want to see how they work. I think I like those there, so I'm going to put a little glue here. And I will take these. I'm going to put a little glue under one of the wings of each bird, each seagull. And then I'll let the other wing kind of stay up. So it looks like it's turning a corner. There we go. Okay, now I have this that is a sticker from the sticker sheet. This sticker sheet from the collection. I like how Bella Blvd names their sticker sheets. They call them Sticky Mix. And I thought I would kind of put this right there, almost overlapping the where did that phone go? Almost overlapping the photo a little bit, overlapping the border. And I have this little thing that I cut. It's a meme, I guess, that I screenshot from either Facebook or Instagram. And it says, I think it's a Margaritaville Beach Hotel or Margaritaville Hotel in Hollywood, Florida. I think that's from one of their ads. It says, "This year my resolution is to fit into my flip-flops by summer." So I might make that. I might actually, my diet may actually get me there. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this, not gonna use a lot of foam there. I'm gonna kind of put it so that it overlaps the photo but doesn't interfere too much with my little palm tree and sunshine there. And I'm gonna put a pineapple, and this is a nod to Crystal. Crystal, aka Pineapple Papers, and she is the host of this great little hop that we have going on. Okay, now I'm just going to start kind of filling it as I can with little tropical goodies that I have here. I've got this leaf, which I'm just going to kind of place right there. And I have a BrambleFox leaf that I'm going to put right over next to it. There. So that some of that shows. And this one is green, and that's from the collection. That's from one of the other cut-apart sheets had those leaves on it. And the BrambleFox ones are dark or aqua or aqua teal, kind of the same color as that flower there. I thought I would kind of put this sailboat over here on this edge of the photo, not so that it covers any of John's face, but just like it's kind of in the foreground in front of where we were taking the photo. And I'm just using the wet glue there because I kind of like how the mast of the sailboat sort of curls that way. I have another tropical leaf that I thought I might stick down here. If I did it here, that still wouldn't mess too much with the palm tree. So let's do that. And then I can do one of these dark green BrambleFox leaves right here. It'll stand out because it's not a paper leaf, and it looks really good right under that pineapple. Okay, now because John loves sunflowers, you know I'm going to sneak a sunflower into this. And I'll try to do it kind of in conjunction with something else. I've got a couple little flare pieces that I created by adding some epoxy toppers over some these circular stickers, and they're pretty and they go with the collection and they just look really nice with that epoxy on top of them. I'm going to kind of try to insert that one right there, and then this pretty pink one I'll put right down there. And kind of in conjunction with and right behind this one here, I'm going to put this sunflower that's kind of peeking out, and it conveniently is right there at the hole in the torn netting. I have this little thing that is it's like bubbles, like in the ocean, and I know that, you know, let's call the pink part the ocean. I don't know what the heck. I'm just going to put these here because the navy blue goes so well with the sailboat, and it kind of have some water there. I'm also going to use this adorable little the famous Steven Duncan turtle. He's used it in a couple collections, and I love this turtle, and I am a turtle. I am. That's the turtle is my is kind of my symbol, like the penguin is for penguin and sunflowers are for John. The turtle is for me, and so I'll have the turtle behind my resolution. I have a pink seashell, BrambleFox seashell, which I thought maybe could go over here on the beach. What the heck? I'll just kind of lay it out right there. I have a pink camera that I want to put somewhere. How about maybe right up here as part of that little cluster. I have these yellow sunglasses. I don't want to cover that up, but maybe we need something. I don't know. I want everything kind of really clustered heavily down here. So I'm going to go ahead and do it right across that. Living the beach life, and you've got a little pair of sunglasses there. Now I have one more tropical leaf, and let me see if I can find a place to put it. Maybe right here close to this one. So we have two down here, but that one's getting lost underneath this this floral cluster. Let me see if I can scooch it under the photo mat. Okay, and it barely shows, so I'm going to pull it out a little bit more, and I think we're done. I love it. I don't mean to sound boastful there, but many of you know that this time of year is kind of difficult for me because it's the anniversary of some horrible times as John's health was declining. And this this was Margaritaville Beach Hotel in Pensacola. It's a different hotel now, but then it was our home away from home, and it was it's kind of a nice 6-hour drive down from where we live. And this was our anniversary, and it was about 4 months after John's Parkinson's diagnosis, and we both were very focused on that, and he'd been through some physical therapy and had done really, really well. And on this trip, we'd kind of decided that we weren't going to let Parkinson's define him or us, and we knew that there would be limitations, but we decided to kind of to the extent that it made sense, we decided to ignore the limitations, or at least not focus on them, and to focus on living our best life. So living the beach life was always our definition of the best life. So here's my homage to John and to the beach life and to the incredible memories that we created in those 40 years that we spent together. And yeah, it's sad thinking about what we were going through 3 years ago today, and what he went through. So anyway, and it wasn't Parkinson's that took him. So I'm pleased that he found ways. He exercised every day, and we found ways. He was really good with his medications. Found ways to live very well in spite of Parkinson's. So anyway, enough of that. This page makes me happy, and I think that's maybe what I was going for. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry for weepiness.